Winning Blueprint presents.
5 minutes or less.
Had so much success with it in the past, I'm back with it again, the 5 minute or less series. Welcome, I'm your host Lou. Thank you for joining me. 5 minute or less series. This time it's the scheduled release 5 minute or less series. Here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, got 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get started. So I look at primetime games first and foremost when I look at the schedule. And we're talking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're on the come up. Greg Schiano is trying to change the culture in Tampa Bay. They played really well. They were one of the most dangerous teams at a stretch in the league last season. Bottom kind of fell out toward the end of the season, but they got two primetime games for a lot of the good fortunes of the Bucs last season. You look at Week 8 versus Carolina. You're at home in Week 8 against a divisional opponent. That should be a really good game. Cam Newton usually gives you fits. Last year at home, first game of the season, you were able to bottle Cam Newton up and really beat the Carolina Panthers. Let's see if you can duplicate that success. Week 8, Thursday Night Football on the big stage. You look at Week 10. Home for Miami. So both of your primetime games are at home. Schedule makers did you a favor there. You've got Miami coming to your place on Monday Night Football. So it's a inter-state rivalry there. Probably not, but you got Miami coming to your place on Monday Night Football. So that should be a good matchup as well. You look at divisional games. Carolina, Week 8, we just talked about that. You're at home. It's Thursday Night Football. Got to take care of business in the division at home. You look at Week 16, you got to go to Carolina. So it was tough. Last year, Carolina had you on the ropes. You found a way to battle back. Josh Freeman takes you down the field, throws a remarkable pass to Winston Jackson in the back of the end zone, takes it to overtime. You guys end up winning on a Dallas Clark touchdown reception. So you got to find a way to beat Carolina. You were able to do so last year. Can you do it again in 2013? You look at New Orleans. They're going to be back, and they're going to be better than they were last year. You struggled with New Orleans last year. They beat the brakes off of you in New Orleans. They went, had a nail-biter. They took care of you at Tampa Bay as well. So you got to find a way to beat New Orleans. They're going to be a lot better with Sean Payton back on the sidelines. Week 2, you got them at home. Early season matchup, you got to find a way to win that game. It's at home. You got to find a way to take New Orleans out at home. If you can't get them on the road, you got to get them at home. Week 17, last game of the season, you got to go to New Orleans. That's going to be a tough one, especially if something's on the line. You would much rather that game be at home. It's going to be on the road. We know New Orleans is a tough place to play. You found that out last year firsthand. You look at Atlanta. This is the big dog in your division right now. And the Saints are probably going to be knocking on the door of the Atlanta Falcons. You need to throw your name in the hat as well. And so, Week 11, you got the Falcons at home. You got to win home divisional games. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You were able to take the Falcons out in Atlanta last year, but you weren't able to beat them at home. You got to beat the Falcons at home. You look at Week 7, the Falcons are at home in that matchup. You got to go to Atlanta. You were able to beat them in Atlanta at the end of the season last year. Can you do that again? We will see. You look at anomalies, and for me, that's any scheduling quirk that sees you play 3 or more consecutive games at home or away, 3 out of 4 at home or away, or 4 out of 5 at home or away. You look at your schedule, you've got one anomaly, and it's a home anomaly. 3 out of 4 at home. So that's a good break for you. There's no away anomaly, just a home one. And it's 3 out of 4. You'll take that. Week 8 versus Carolina, Week 10 versus Miami, Week 11 versus Atlanta. So you're home for 3 out of 4 in the middle of your season. That's a solid stretch of football where you're at home. Got to take care of business. Again, got to take care of business at home. You look at your bye week. Man, it's that early. Week 5. Much rather have a later bye than that. But look, you can't pick and choose when your bye occurs. All you can do is come off of that bye with confidence like you did last year playing really good football. You look at the timeout, and every team in the league has a timeout in my estimation. And for me, your timeout is your last 2 games are on the road in the division. And you got to go to New Orleans in Week 17, and in Week 16, you got to go to Carolina. That's tough to finish up your season with 2 straight road games in the division. You got to be playing really good football. You got to take care of business down the stretch. And that early bye, that's the other timeout for me. You would love that bye week to be a lot later in the season. But last year, that early bye did you some good. Maybe it will help you again this season. We don't know. We will see. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule release in 5 minutes or less.
5 minutes or less.